Hi everyone, it's Stacy from PeonyLaneDesigns.com, and if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, click the link below. You're not going to want to miss this. So, if you've been on this channel for any length of time, then you've seen a lot of my trying this and trying that, and some time ago I did a trying Simply Spray for the first time video, and I didn't care for it. You guys lost your mind. Like the most negative comments I've had, it was over Simply Spray. A gentleman from Simply Spray reached out to me and said, you're using an older version of the product. And I think I had said that in the video. I'm pretty sure I did. That I had had it for some time and I really wanted to try it and hadn't gotten around to it. And he said, you should try the new product. And I said, I will if you send it to me, and I will do a video on it. And they agreed. So here is a copy of the correspondence where I said, okay, if you're gonna send it to me though, I'm not gonna lie about your product. If I don't like it, I'm gonna say I don't like it. And he said, that's fine, it's an honest review. And I appreciated that, because one of the commitments that I made to you guys was that you were gonna get the truth, and if I mess up or if I don't like something, you're gonna know about it. So I really appreciated that Simply Spray agreed to that, and that they understood that, you know, there were problems in the first product that I tried, and they weren't like bent out of shape like some of the comments I got. Really, people, settle down. It's an opinion. I can have an opinion. I can. And like all opinions, for every one person that loves something, there's one person that hates the same thing, and they're gonna go to war over it. So, you know, that's just par for the course. But they sent me a few weeks ago a box of new Simply Spray to try, and I haven't opened it yet. Unfortunately, it's Minnesota, and it took all this time for the weather to warm up enough for me to take this outside and spray it. I don't have a place inside where I can spray, and it's gonna be gorgeous today. It's gonna be almost 70 degrees, so I can go outside and finally get to try it, because I love the idea of being able to take an upholstery that is just the wrong color, but it's not overly worn, and you can just make it fit with your decor, because I love used furniture. I don't like having to buy brand new throwaway pieces. I like buying older, you know, stable pieces, keeping it out of the landfill. Some of the pieces I have in my home are over 100 years old, and they're still in better condition than the cheap IKEA crap I bought when I got my first apartment. So I will pick an old piece of furniture over a new piece of furniture 9 times out of 10. I'm actually going to use this on the chair I'm sitting in right now for my basement. So you can't see it, but you'll see it when I take it outside. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous piece. It's used, I got it from a lady who was going to reupholster it, and she painted the arms glossy black, and I don't want glossy black. So I'm not going to tape it off. When you see me take this outside and spray the fabric is a peach color. I like peach. I've got the darker woods, and I've got American flag up here. The navy blue that's in that flag is actually in the rug. It's in a lot of the accessories. So they didn't know it when they sent me this, because he said, we're gonna send you 3 cans of the navy blue. That would be perfect for my basement. So I'm gonna open it up. Let's see what it's like, because they said it's new. So I'm gonna give you my impressions. I have not opened it yet. We've got read before you spray. They're definitely great instructions, so cool. In Spanish and in English, fantastic. Eco-friendly, non-toxic, non-flammable spray dye. Well, that's nice. I don't remember reading that last time. Oh, it's definitely different. Ooh, 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 ooh. What do we got? Cool. Simply Spray Designer Accents Navy Blue Fabric Spray Dye. This is definitely a new spray can. Check this out. So this is way more comfortable than that trigger spray than they had before. So good redesign so far. Love that. So I would assume this just twists into place. Yep. Ooh. Okay, so when they said that's an old product, you should try the new one, I did not go and look up the new product. I wanted to be surprised when I got the box and let you guys know my impression. I like this can. This reminds me of the 2X spray paints that you can get from Rust-Oleum, and that's way more comfortable on your finger than that trigger spray that they had before. So that's wicked cool. So there's a 10% coupon in the box. I don't know if they're doing that for everybody. It looks like it's part of the instructions, so that's pretty cool. A reorder incentive. 2 tests need to determine if your fabric is suitable for this dye. The water test, be sure the fabric is clean. It is clean. I had cleaned this when I brought it in. Test the material for absorbency by sprinkling water onto it. Okay, we'll do that. If the water beads up or rolls off, the material is not suited for this dye. That's an important thing. And I'm guessing if there's any kind of chemical on it, like what are they? It'll come to me. Scotch guard. So if there's like a Scotch guard or a stain guard of any kind on the fabric, that makes sense that this wouldn't take. So, I mean, that's kind of a no-brainer, but it's an important tip. So let's take a look at what else there has on there. Test 2, hidden area test. Test the dye on a hidden, unworn area of your project and let it dry for 72 hours. If the dye adheres to the fabric and you are satisfied with the results after it has dried, you may proceed with your project. That's good to know. It does recommend that you tape off with painter's tape. I'm not going to do that because, like I said, I'm going to paint the arms and the legs and all this stuff. I don't like the black. So everything else in here has white accents. I want to paint this anyway, and for me, I'm not going to do the test area because this is destined for a reupholstery if this doesn't work anyway, because I can't live with the salmon color that's on it. So if this doesn't work and the navy doesn't take, then I will be reupholstering it anyway. So we're just gonna take it out in the backyard. I'm gonna take it out there. I'll put you guys on time lapse as I do it, and we will give it a try. Okay, so we're outside, and the wind is really bad, so I'm hoping it's not messing with the audio too bad, but let me show you the chair. There it is. I bowed to my husband's request to protect the grass, so the grass is protected. It is actually further away from that fence back there than it looks. I paint over here all the time. This is my painting zone. I'm going to move that. I'm going to move that out of the way. So I'm going to put you guys on time lapse. You won't hear me after this, and we'll see how it works. Okay, so my camera crashed. That blows. As I started the first coat, and I didn't realize it, so I just kept going. And that's the first coat done. It's pretty good at covering. There's still a spitting problem, even with the can redesigned. So you have to start off the project and ease back into it. So I'm going to take that under consideration when I do the second coat, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, I'm going to work against the wind here, and hopefully you can still hear me when I talk. But here's the spitting that I was talking about. So you can see there's drops coming out of the can and then landing on the project. So hopefully when we get the next few coats on, it happened all over the piece. So hopefully when we get the next few coats on, that'll blend in a little bit, but I am a little worried about that. So we'll see what happens. So I went into my inventory and I found a footstool that needs to be recovered. It's pretty nasty and dirty and icky and salmon, ironically. So I took it off the actual footstool, and I'm gonna lay this out on next to the chair, on the blanket next to the chair, and I'm gonna try it. So I'm gonna move the camera further away just because some of the overspray was getting on the camera, and not the first time I got paint or dye on my camera. And it won't be the last, but I want to try that technique to see if that gives a better result to the dripping and the spitting, because I think it will. So I'm gonna give them a fair shot here. And I think if that technique works, then I can live with that, because that's the same thing you would do with a spray paint, is you would start off the project and then move across the project. So let's try it on this and see if that works. Okay, so there are two things working against me right now, and one is the wind, which has decided to kick up again and be quite cold, and the other is the fact that the can needs to be up and down or it spits really bad. So the seat itself, if I try and tip the can forward, the can spits, and it does say in the instructions to keep the can upright. That's really hard to do because it's a very fine mist. So as you keep the can upright trying to do the chair, the seat of the chair, the mist isn't falling on the chair evenly. So what I'm going to do to try and get around this problem is I'm going to do the back of the chair first, and then I'm going to once that's dry and done, I'm going to lay the seat or the chair backward so I can do the seat evenly with an up and down motion. Hopefully that will correct the problem, and it'll make it easier to do the actual seat of the chair. Here's a little bonus that I didn't expect, is I really like the way the navy looks on the black paint. I wasn't expecting that. I know that's not what it's for, but it looks really cool. So it was a black glossy paint, and the navy blue dye has sort of transparent, and it looks really cool on the wood, and I can't wait to dry brush white over it to see the navy and the black come through it. I think it'd be really cool. So we'll have to see. But I'm not giving up. I'm not going to stop until this thing is completely coated. And I will have to go to the second can now, because that last can was at the end of its life, and as it's getting empty, there's still some left in there, but the emptier it got, the more spitting it did. So the spitting got a lot worse as I was running out of product. So I'm going to take the second full can and then finish the back. After that's dry, I will be able to turn the chair around, lay it down, and make sure that the seat is done with an upright can to try and correct that spitting problem. So hopefully that will work. We'll try. All right, I'm not giving up. So it is the end of the day. I have used all 3 cans of the Simply Spray to do that chair and the footstool. I will say that when I was going back, as I was working on it, I went back to the directions quite a few times. And it does actually say to start off the project and sweep across. So that was in the setup, not in the actual spray directions. So because I wasn't going to tape off anything, I kind of skipped that part of the directions. So it was in an odd place, but it's there. So it's there. And they actually had suggested to use a towel or something to start off the project and then sweep across. It does say that you can use it indoors. I would not recommend that from the overspray. It's very fine mist and it travels quite a distance. And I know it was really windy for me, but I would worry about it getting all over the place. I mean, my camera was completely coated and my hands are completely coated. I have no gloves, so I ran out of gloves right before COVID-19 shut down my state, and now of course you can't get them. So I would recommend wearing gloves. It's not the first time I've been blue. It's not going to probably be the last time I've been blue. It's one of my favorite colors, so I'm not too worried about it. But if this were something you were doing at home, I would definitely recommend wearing gloves and a mask and a chute suit. I like how the footstool turned out. I'm not going to show you how the chair turned out quite yet. It has 72 hours to dry completely. This fabric is a little sticky still. So I put on, so all 3 cans, I would say it was about 6 coats altogether on all sides. It did help a lot that I tipped that chair and kept the can upright. And I think I had shaken it. It says to just gently rock it back and forth, don't shake it. And I had, the first can, I shook like a spray can because it's habit. It's just habit for me to shake it as I'm painting. And it says not to do that because it gets bubbles. So maybe that's why that particular can was spitting more. I don't know, I'm trying to think of all the issues that I could have created. So I don't think you can judge it based on my poor technique. I mean, it is just the second time that I've used it. But I'm gonna let the 72 hours pass. I'm gonna paint up the wood and then I'll show you guys how it turned out. So we are now 12 days since I painted the chair and the footstool with Simply Spray. It's not painted, it's dyed it. So I re-dyed the chair and the footstool. So this time y'all can't comment and say I didn't give it a chance, okay? Let's see how the chair turned out. I think it turned out cute. I mean, it is cute. It is complete. As you can see, I finished it. So you can't say I didn't try because I did finish the project. I finished both projects. So the footstool sitting right here. And I finished that and the base, but it's not going to stay this blue. I'm gonna end up reupholstering it and I'll tell you why. Like I said, we are 12 days past the date that I finished painting the chair and the footstool. And about 5 days ago, I contacted the gentleman who sent me the Simply Spray and I said, these pieces are still really sticky. They're not dry. He said, if it's raining, that can affect how fast it dries. And that's like any paint. So any paint in rainy days or whatever, it's gonna take a different amount of time to dry, but it hasn't been all that rainy here. It's actually been fairly nice in Minnesota. There were a couple rainy days, so I gave it a little extra time. And he said if that doesn't work, to take a cloth and scrub off the excess. So I tried it. So as you can see, I took a dust-free or lint-free cloth and it was a flour sack towel and I scrubbed it. No excess paint came off. It's dry, it's just sticky. So there's not excess paint coming off. It's not coming off on my hands. But I don't know if you can hear that. Here, let me get it close to the mic. It's just sticky. I mean, it's sticky. I'm actually sitting in the chair right now. And as you can see, when I scrubbed it, it discolored the piece a little bit. So that's why this is gonna get a reupholster. But I did finish the base and I finished the chair. And I'm sitting in the chair right now and my clothes are stuck to the chair. The way I can describe it to you, so my bare skin on the arms where it's painted feels like I'm trying to rub my skin against rubber. And it's very rubberized. But the only way I can describe what's happening with my shirt and my trousers is when you sit on vinyl on a hot day and you get sweaty, or leather, and then you go to stand up, that ripping feeling where eventually you exert enough force and you come off the piece. But That's what it feels like. Like my shirt and my pants are stuck until I exert enough force, and then it just kind of pulls away. It's cute though. I mean, I will tell you that the piece did turn out very cute. I think it's adorable. I love the way the new spray can is. It's much more comfortable to hold. If I hadn't shaken it, like, you know, I shook it like a paint can because it's habit. So don't shake it really hard. I think I would have got less spitting because I generated bubbles. So that's my bad. Don't judge it by that. And it did cover the piece, and the little spitting pieces did eventually blend in. You can tell on this. You don't really see any dots on there as far as where excess Simply Spray dropped. It's even color. My only beef is that it's sticky. And my worry is that having this chair, now it's gonna sit in my family room now. It matches, so it's gonna stay here. My only concern is that with 2 cats and as much dust that's still being generated by the remaining construction that needs to be done down here, that it's gonna get dirty and it's gonna stick. And it's not gonna be able to come off. So that's what my worry is. I'm gonna leave it in here though with the other furniture. I mean, this room is done. So we've moved in to this room, but I am worried. So I might try Simply Spray again on something like a lampshade, or even then I think eventually the dust would stick to it so much that I'd want to replace it. Does it change color? Yes. Does it color completely? Yep. Would I use it again? Probably not. Not on furniture. If this doesn't stop being sticky soon, probably not. I mean, it's 12 days. The instructions say to leave it dry for 72 hours, and I did that. And then I gave it longer because it had rained, and I scrubbed it. I did everything that I could possibly do, and it's still sticky. If there's an update later on, if this chair, say in 20 days or 30 days suddenly feels great, I will let you guys know. But right now, I probably wouldn't use it on a piece of furniture again. Not one that I was gonna sell, because I'd be worried that it would get dusty or dirty in my inventory, or after I sell it and somebody's gonna be really unhappy with the piece. So since this one's staying in my basement, we'll see how it does, but you can't say I didn't try. So for everybody who logged into that last video and said, oh, come on, you have to give it a better try than that, I gave it a try. I even finished the piece, so you cannot complain that I didn't try. I did try. So that's that. This will get reupholstered, and this one will stay as it is. So I am sitting in a chair. See it right there. This will stay as it is, and if I have an update, I will let you know how it does in, say, another month. We'll give it another month and see where it's at. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, click that square down there. And if you haven't yet been to the website, it is peonylanedesigns.com. Go over there. There's some new articles up. I'm posting articles now multiple times a week, so you're going to want to go over there and check out, see what's new over there. And if you haven't yet gotten your Junkin Buddy t-shirt or your Happy Junkin shirt, don't forget to click the link below and order yours. You support me, my family, and this channel, and I'm so grateful for everyone who's already gotten their t-shirts. So, and to all my new subscribers, hi. Thanks for subscribing. I appreciate you guys being here. It's so great to see you guys comment, and I love talking with you guys on any of the social media platforms that you find me on and talk to me on. I really appreciate that. So thanks for watching, everyone. Happy Junkin. Bye. Visit my blog, peonylanedesigns.com, for more tips, tricks, and inspiration. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon so you'll be notified of new videos. I post every week DIY tutorials and, of course, more Junkin videos.